3 seconds. That's how long Leo stared at his coffee before answering.
What do you do? I said, I am a person.
You did. The other person just blinked.
It was a very honest answer. I am a person. He is a person. We are all persons.
Stay with us. Today we fix these moments. No more coffee staring. Hello, and welcome to the English Corner, your daily dose of easy, fun English.
I'm Leo.
And I'm Tina. Today we have something special for you.
Special? I just embarrassed myself in front of thousands of people.
Relax. We're here to help. How many times have you frozen when someone asked a simple English question?
Too many. Like, are you asking about my weekend or the meaning of life? I never know.
Exactly. Today, we'll teach you natural, real answers. No robot talk.
Robot talk is my specialty. I'm fine, thank you. And you? Buzz. Oh, wait. We'll explain that later.
Yes, we have a buzzer. But first, Leo, tell us about last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday, I was at a café. I saw Mark from work. He walked over. He asked me, "What have you been up to?" My brain just stopped. I had practiced this. I should say, "I've been keeping busy lately." Or, "Nothing much, just working." But no, I said, "Nothing." I mean, not nothing, just things. Then I tried to ask back. I said, "You? And?" He smiled. Then he looked at his watch. He said, "I have a meeting," and he left. I sat there. My keychain, Lucky, was on the table. It's a yellow lump of rubber. It looked at me. I felt it judging me.
Wait, Lucky? Your keychain? You collect misshapen keychains, right?
Yes. I find them in thrift shops. They look like they've had a hard life. I give them names. This one is Lucky. I talk to them when I'm nervous.
Okay, so Lucky was judging you. What did you do next?
I went home. I opened Instagram. I watched a video called 10 Perfect Answers for Any Small Talk. For 20 minutes, I watched flawless English speakers. They never stuttered. They never said just things. After, I felt even worse. I looked at Lucky on the table. It still looked unimpressed.
Oh, Leo, that sounds like a very tough day.
It was. Why do I freeze like that?
Because you're human. But also, you were aiming for perfection. And perfection is a trap. Let's talk about that. Leo, here's the thing. Fluency is not about never falling. It's about how you get back up. Every stumble teaches you a recovery phrase. You have a choice. You can freeze, or you can learn a small phrase that saves the moment.
A recovery phrase? Like what?
For example, when you feel stuck, you can say, "Let me rephrase that." Or, "Sorry, I lost my word." Or even, "Give me a second to think." These tiny phrases are your safety net.
So I could say, "Let me rephrase that," and then try again?
Exactly. You don't need perfect first answers. You need a way to reset. That's the cognitive shift. Fluency is not about never falling. It's about knowing how to get back up.
Get back up. I like that. So next time I can stumble, then get up again. Like a wobbly chair.
Yes, a wobbly chair that keeps standing.
I am a wobbly chair, and my keychain is my witness.
Bzz. No, sorry, I buzzed for no reason. The buzzer is for robot talk. That was human talk.
Wait, the buzzer. Is that for when I sound like a textbook?
Yes, when you say something too stiff, I'll go bzz, like a wrong answer game show. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hit me.
So let's build a tiny habit. Every time you catch yourself freezing, you'll say out loud, let me rephrase that. Even if no one is there, start tomorrow morning. Look in the mirror, ask yourself, how are you? Answer wrong on purpose, then use the recovery phrase.
I'll talk to Lucky. I'll say, Lucky, how are you? And then I'll freeze. And then I'll say, let me rephrase that. And then I'll answer. That's the plan.
Exactly. And you can do it 3 times a day. Once in the morning, once at lunch, once before bed. It's a small practice.
3 times? That's doable. I'll set a reminder on my phone. But what if I forget the recovery phrase?
That's a great question, and brings us to barrier number 1.
What if I forget let me rephrase that? What if my brain goes completely empty?
That happens. And it's okay. You can say, sorry, I lost my words. Or even, English brain took a break. Be honest. That honesty actually connects you more than a perfect answer would.
But what if they think I'm stupid?
Do you think I'm stupid when I stumble in a language I'm learning?
No, I think you're brave.
So think of yourself as brave. No one expects perfection. They expect a person. You already are a person, remember?
I am a person. That's my best answer, right?
It's a start, but let's build from there.
After the cafe, I watched those perfect English videos. They made me feel worse. Why do I do that? I know it's bad.
Because your brain wants a quick fix. But watching perfect speakers doesn't give you practice. It gives you a comparison that hurts. Next time, instead of scrolling, talk to Lucky. Practice a wobble.
So, I was doom scrolling. The video had a title, 10 Perfect Answers for Any Small Talk. And every speaker said, I'm great, thank you. How about you? So smoothly.
And you thought, why can't I do that?
Exactly.
But here's the secret. They practiced that one line 100 times. They probably wobbled off camera. You never see the wobbles. The wobbles are real. So next time, when you feel like scrolling, close the app. Say, let me rephrase that to the ceiling. It sounds silly, but it works.
To the ceiling. The ceiling doesn't judge.
Neither does Lucky, if you talk to him nicely. Leo, I want to tell you something. You're not broken because you freeze. You're human, and a little wobble makes you real. Think of it this way. A robot gives a perfect answer. A person gives a real one. Real answers have emotion. They have pauses. They have, let me rephrase that.
A wobble makes me real. I never thought of it that way. I always tried to hide the wobble.
Instead of hiding it, use it. Let people see you are trying. That's more impressive than any perfect sentence.
So, my wobbles are my superpower?
Exactly. That's the heart of today. You're not broken. Your English isn't broken. It's just figuring itself out. And that's okay.
I'm not broken. I'm just figuring it out. I'll tell Lucky that.
So, let's make a small promise this week. Not a big scary goal, just a tiny one. I want you to find one person, or even just your mirror, and answer a simple question. Answer honestly, even if it wobbles. Say the first thing that comes, even if it's not perfect. And then tell me about it. You can send a message or leave a comment. I'll check in.
I'll talk to Lucky, and maybe I'll record myself. Then I'll post a voice clip in the comments? Wait, that's scary.
Not required, but you can send a virtual emoji. A thumbs up if you tried, a coffee cup if you used a recovery phrase. Something small.
I'll do the coffee cup. Because it was at a cafe.
Perfect. And for our listeners, choose your emoji. Let us know you're trying. This is a kind challenge. No pressure, just practice. So next time a question comes your way, remember, You already carry your words. They might wobble, they might need a rephrase, but they carry your voice, and that voice is worth sharing.
I carry my words. They might wobble, but they're mine.
Exactly. And every wobble is a step forward. Let's practice a question. Many learners dread this one. Listeners, you can play along. The question is, what do you do? Leo, I'm asking you, what do you do?
I'm a podcast co-host. I help people learn English in a fun way.
Good, that's clear. But let's try a version with a tiny extra detail so it sounds more natural. Ready to add something?
Yes. I'm a podcast co-host. I work on the English corner, and I try not to freeze on air.
I love it. That's real. Now, how about if you wanted to say something about what you're working on?
I'm a podcast co-host. Right now, I'm preparing an episode about answering questions.
Perfect. That's a simple add-on. You see, it's not a long story, just one extra sentence. That turns a robot answer into a real one. Listeners, you try. I'll give you a prompt. What do you do? Pause the podcast and say your answer. Add one small detail.
And if you wobble, say, let me rephrase that.
Yes, wobble-friendly practice. Let's try another common question. What are your hobbies? Leo?
My hobbies? I like reading? No, wait, let me rephrase that. Actually, I enjoy reading books and also hiking on weekends. But to be honest, sometimes I just sleep.
I love that. You used let me rephrase that and then gave a real answer. And you added a funny truth. That's perfect. So listeners, what are your hobbies? Try answering. If you freeze, use the recovery phrase.
I also like collecting keychains. I have a green one named Squishy.
That's not a hobby. That's an obsession.
It's a hobby with a witness.
So, let's quickly recap what we learned today. 1. Perfection is a trap. 2. Use recovery phrases like, let me rephrase that. 3. Add a tiny detail to your answers. 4. Your wobbles make you real. And 5. Practice 3 times a day with a mirror or a keychain.
I feel much better already. I wish I had this last Tuesday.
Well, now you're prepared. So this week, what will you try? Will you talk to a friend? Or maybe answer a question here? We want to hear.
I'll try to answer this question. What did you do this weekend? I'll prepare a wobbly answer.
Good. Let's do a forward hook. By the end of the week, you'll have 5 new little habits.
You know, Tina, there was a time I almost gave up learning English. I was at a party and someone asked me, "Where are you from?" My brain went backwards. I almost said, "From where you are?" Like Yoda. Then I froze. I forgot the word city. I just stood there. I felt so ashamed. I wanted to disappear.
Oh, Leo, that sounds painful. And Yoda again. English, not Yoda.
Yes, so I just stood there. I felt so small. I finally said, "I am from the place with the big clock." They laughed. Not in a mean way, but I felt so tiny.
A big clock. Did they guess?
Yes, they said, "London?" And I said, "Yes, Big Ben." They thought it was funny, but I didn't. I wanted to quit.
But you didn't. You're here now. And that moment taught you something. Even when we forget, we can describe. The big clock was clever.
It was a wobble. Now I see it as a funny story, but back then, it was a crisis.
And now you have recovery phrases. You could have said, let me describe it. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, instead of panicking. So next time I blank, I'll describe. That's another tool.
Exactly. Your brain will find a way. All right, let's do a quick practice. We'll go through 3 common questions. Listeners, repeat after us. First question, how are you?
To be honest, I'm a little tired, but I'm happy to be here. How about you?
That's perfect. Natural, honest, and you asked back. Now, question 2. What have you been up to?
Oh, not much. I've been trying to learn recovery phrases. And also, watching less perfect Instagram videos.
Very Leo. That includes a detail. Well done. Last question. What do you do for fun?
I collect weird keychains from thrift shops. I name them and talk to them. It's a strange hobby, but it makes me laugh.
That's a fantastic answer. See how the strange detail makes it memorable? People will remember that. Now, again, all 3. Ready? How are you?
I'm doing well, just practicing English and trying not to sound like a robot.
What have you been up to?
Same old, just working, relaxing, and talking to my keychains.
And what do you do for fun?
I go thrift shopping for the saddest looking keychains. It's oddly satisfying.
Great. Note, same old is a good phrase for nothing special. Now, if you stumbled, you'd say what?
Let me rephrase that.
Exactly. Let's try 2 more. Question 4. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, but right now I live in a small town near the mountains.
Nice. And question 5. What's your favorite food?
I love pizza, especially with lots of cheese. But I also like trying new dishes. Last week, I tried Thai food. It was spicy.
Great. Those are natural. You added a little detail. So listeners, try answering those 5 questions out loud right now. How are you? What have you been up to? What do you do for fun? Where are you from? What's your favorite food? Pause and practice.
And if you wobble, say, let me rephrase that.
So, how can you use this in real life? At work, when a colleague asks, you can try a real answer. With a friend, you can be honest. Remember, they're not testing you, they're asking.
I'll try with Mark next time, if I see him again.
Yes, you could even say, last time I froze, but let me try again. That's brave.
And I can send a voice message to a friend. Just a quick recording in English.
That's a great low-stakes practice. Start with a friend who's also learning or a supportive family member.
I'll send a voice message to my sister. She'll think I'm weird talking to a keychain, but she'll listen.
Perfect. Share your wobbly English. It's how we connect.
Actually, let me practice here. Tina, can you be my sister? Ask me, what did you do today?
Sure. Hey, Leo, what did you do today? I'm your sister.
Hi, sis. Well, today I recorded a podcast. I talked about my fear of answering questions, and I brought Lucky, my keychain. He was the judge.
That sounds strange, but very you.
Yes, I wobbled a lot, but I'm proud. Also, I said I am a cucumber.
What? I'm hanging up.
Wait, let me rephrase that. I am a customer, not a cucumber.
That's better. So, did you buy anything?
Just coffee.
Okay, that's normal. Bye.
Bye. So that was my practice. It was wobbly, but I recovered.
And that's exactly what we want. A little wobble, a recovery, and a connection. Now, before we go to Word Corner, I want to point out a word we used a lot today. Wobble. Leo, what do you think wobble means exactly?
To shake or move unsteadily. Like a table with one short leg. Or my English when I'm nervous.
Yes, but I think there's another word we should highlight. Recover. Because wobbling is fine, but recovering is the key. You don't just wobble forever. You steady yourself.
But wobbling is the first step. Without wobbling, you can't recover.
You have a point. So in Word Corner, we'll settle this. Is it wobble or recover that matters most? Let's argue there.
Oh, it's on. Lucky, you're the judge.
Welcome to Word Corner, where we argue about words until they make sense. Today, we have 2 words, wobble and recover. Leo, you think wobble is more important. Why?
Because you need to accept that wobbling is okay. If you hate wobbling, you'll never start. So embrace the wobble.
But wobbling alone is just staying stuck. The real power is in recovering. You wobble, then you recover. Without recovering, you just stay off balance.
But the first step is allowing yourself to wobble without shame. That's the hard part. Recovery is easier after that.
So you're saying wobble is the mental shift, and recover is the action.
Exactly. They go together. Like a wobbly table and a folded napkin under the leg.
That's a very specific image. So let's bring in another word, stumble. A stumble is like a small fall, and then you can say, I stumbled, but I recovered. So stumble is the event, recover is the result.
And honestly, many people stumble. But if you're honest about it, that's connection. So honestly is another word we used. Being honest about your wobbles builds connection.
Yes, so we have a chain, stumble, wobble, honest, recover, connection. All in one sentence. I stumbled, my words wobbled, but I was honest and recovered, and that made a real connection.
Beautiful, and not a robot in sight.
There you go. That's our word corner. Not a list, but a story. So when you're learning new words, try to connect them in a little scene like that.
Like me lucky in a cafe. That's a scene.
Exactly. Now, one more word, natural. We want our answers to sound natural, not like a dictionary. Natural means real, relaxed, like you're talking to a friend.
So I can be natural even with my wobbles.
Precisely. Natural English includes wobbles. It includes recovery phrases. It includes honesty. So all these words work together. Let's make a quick story with our word family. I'll start. Last week, I stumbled during a presentation.
I wobbled. My voice shook.
I was honest. I said, I'm nervous.
Then I recovered. I took a breath and continued.
And that honesty built a connection with the audience.
They clapped at the end. It felt natural.
So there we have it. Stumble, wobble, honest, recover, connection, natural. A 6-word story.
I might get that tattooed. Just kidding.
Or write it on a sticky note for your mirror. That's Word Corner. It's time for Say It Better. We take harsh self-talk and turn it into kind words. Leo, after the cafe, you had some harsh thoughts. Give me one.
I felt like I sound so stupid when I freeze. That's harsh.
That's very harsh. What could be a kinder version?
Maybe it's okay to freeze. It just means I'm learning.
Yes, freezing is a sign your brain is working hard. It's not a sign of failure. Now, second harsh thought.
I should know better. I studied this.
That's a common one. So what's a better way to say that?
Studying is different from speaking. I'm still practicing.
Perfect. Book English and live English are different sports. You can't run a marathon by reading about it. You have to try and stumble. Third harsh thought.
They must think I'm an idiot.
That one hurts. How can we reframe it?
They probably remember their own language struggles. I'm human.
Because we all have moments like that, even people who seem perfect. Fourth and last harsh thought.
I always mess up simple questions.
What's a better thought?
I have good days and hard days. This was a hard day, but I'm still trying.
That's the truth. So, listeners, here's a challenge. Write down one harsh thought you have about your English. Then, cross it out and write a kinder version. Try it this week. It's a small but powerful habit.
I'll do that too. I'll write, I sound stupid, and then cross it out and write, I'm still learning.
Great! Share your better phrases in the comments if you want. We'd love to see them. Before we go, we have a question for you. What is the funniest or most awkward answer you ever gave in English? Tell us in the comments. We read every story.
I'll start. I once said, I am a cucumber, instead of, I am a customer. That was my most awkward.
Oh no, cucumber! That's a great story. Share yours below.
And if this episode helped you, please give it a like. It really helps our small channel grow.
Yes, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We post every week.
This week, remember, you already carry your words. They might wobble, but they carry your voice. Let them wobble out.
Beautiful. Until next time, keep speaking, keep wobbling, and keep getting back up. One last thing. If you're watching on YouTube, you can turn on subtitles. They might have a wobble or two, but we check them. Give a thumbs up if you find a wobble.
And comment your wobble story. We'll feature the best one in a future episode.
Great idea. We'll read your cucumber moments. So until next time, keep your words wobbly and your heart brave.
Bye, wobbly friends. Bye. Lucky is waving.
Take care, and remember, you're not broken. You're wobbling forward. Bye, everyone.